IKEA is worth over 60 billion euros. But the furniture you spend 3 hours assembling, that's not the only place the money comes from. So where does it actually go? Behind the meatballs and the Allen keys sits a corporate structure so layered, so deliberately complex, that it makes most investment banks look simple. Furniture is the front door. The real empire is what's behind it. This is moat and margin. Here's how IKEA actually makes money. On the surface, it's straightforward. Design affordable furniture, source components globally, ship flat, and let the customer do the assembly. Revenue reached approximately 62.5 billion euros in financial year 2024. That makes them the largest furniture retailer on the planet by a wide margin. But dig beneath that number, and the picture shifts. IKEA operates over 460 stores in more than 60 markets. The core furniture margin is reportedly thin. Estimates suggest around 10 to 15% on most products. In furniture retail, that's barely breathing room. So how does a company with slim margins build a 60 billion euro business? The answer starts in Småland, Sweden. In 1943, a 17-year-old named Ingvar Kamprad founded IKEA as a mail-order business selling pens, wallets, and picture frames. Furniture came later, but the real innovation wasn't what he sold. It was what he made the customer do. Key move number 1. The flatpack revolution. In 1956, an IKEA employee removed the legs from a table to fit it into a car boot. That single act changed furniture retail. Flat packaging significantly reduced shipping costs compared to assembled furniture. It meant IKEA could ship many more products per lorry. By transferring assembly to the customer, IKEA didn't just save on logistics, they reduced the need for assembly workers, delivery crews, and installation teams. The customer pays for the product and does the work themselves. If you're building a physical product business, consider what labor can be shifted to the customer without reducing perceived value. IKEA demonstrated this can be substantial. Key move number 2. The maze. Every IKEA store follows a fixed one-way path. The average customer walks through a large portion of the showroom before reaching the checkout. That's not an accident, it's retail engineering. Studies suggest the guided layout can increase impulse purchases compared to open-plan stores. The showroom rooms aren't just displays, they're anchoring devices. You walk through a perfectly styled 25-square-meter apartment, and suddenly your own flat looks inadequate. The price tags are deliberately low on small items near the entrance: candles, picture frames, kitchen utensils. By the time you reach the big-ticket furniture, your brain has already normalized spending. But there's a fundamental challenge with selling affordable furniture that people assemble themselves. It can break. Particle board may warp, joints can loosen, and the average IKEA product reportedly lasts 3 to 5 years before it's replaced. Some critics have argued that IKEA contributes significantly to furniture waste in developed markets. And here's a difficult truth: that disposability is part of the model. If IKEA furniture lasted 20 years, customers would come back once a decade. At 3 to 5 years, they return more frequently. The sustainability challenge and the profit engine are closely linked. Key move number 3. Food as a strategic tool. IKEA's in-store restaurants serve hundreds of millions of customers a year. They sell a substantial number of meatballs annually. The food operation reportedly generates significant revenue, making IKEA a major food service operator. But the food isn't really about food. It's about dwell time. A fed customer stays longer, walks more of the maze, and spends more at checkout. Ingvar Kamprad reportedly said, "It's hard to do business with someone on an empty stomach." The meatballs aren't just a side business, they're a conversion tool. And here's what's coming that hasn't received much attention yet. Key move number 4. The foundation structure. This is where IKEA transitions from being just a furniture company to a complex financial organization. IKEA is not a publicly traded corporation. It's owned by a series of Dutch-registered foundations, the Stichting Inca Foundation and the Interago Foundation. The Inca Foundation alone is reportedly worth over 36 billion euros, making it one of the largest charitable foundations globally. Here's why that matters. As a foundation, IKEA's profits flow into entities with favorable tax treatment. The European Commission has examined this structure multiple times. Estimates suggest the arrangement has saved IKEA substantial amounts in corporate taxes over decades. If you're building a business, the legal structure you choose early on can have a significant long-term impact. Then came the crisis nobody saw coming. COVID-19 forced IKEA to close the majority of its 460 stores simultaneously. For a business model built largely on physical foot traffic, the maze, the meatballs, the impulse buys, this was a major challenge. Online sales had been just 11% of revenue before the pandemic. Revenue dropped by 1.5 billion euros in a single year. Supply chains were disrupted. Their lean, just-in-time inventory system, which had been a strength for decades, suddenly meant empty shelves with no buffer stock. The very efficiency that made IKEA profitable also made it vulnerable. Here's what changed everything. IKEA invested over 3 billion euros into digital transformation between 2020 and 2024. They launched same-day delivery in major markets. They rolled out augmented reality tools that let customers place virtual furniture in their homes. Online sales increased to 26% of total revenue by 2024. But the most strategic move wasn't just going online. IKEA started opening smaller city center stores, planning studios where you design your kitchen or wardrobe digitally, then have it delivered. They kept the maze psychology, but adapted the format. Revenue recovered to 62.5 billion euros by 2024, higher than pre-pandemic levels. The crisis accelerated changes the company had been considering for years. 3 lessons from the IKEA playbook. Number 1. If you're selling physical products, shift assembly or setup labor to the customer. IKEA showed that customers will do significant work if the price is right. The savings add up across your entire supply chain. Number 2. If you're running a retail or e-commerce business, engineer the customer journey. Don't just display products. IKEA's guided path increases exposure to a large proportion of inventory. Most retailers achieve much less. Design the path before you design the product. Number 3. If you're scaling past 7 figures, your corporate and tax structure isn't just administration. It can be a strategic asset. IKEA's foundation model has reportedly saved substantial sums. Structure your entity before you need to.